Receiving schools, here is a reference for today's lesson. Your strand, substrand, outcome, topic, materials, and your reference.
Good morning, 8Cs, receiving school students and teachers.
Good morning, Miss Irma.
Thank you. You may sit down. All right, who can guess this country here? Receiving students. Looking at this flag on the screen, can you guess which country is this? The flag of which country? Yep. Yep. Suleng, say New Zealand. Good try. Charlie. Australia. Okay. The flag, all right. Flag of Australia. Okay. 8Cs and receiving students. You have a look closely. Australia's flag, the country of Australia. That flag belongs to Australia. All right. Okay, so that means today's lesson, let's look at Australia, okay? Culture of Australia. All right. Okay, so you can just write down your topic, Culture of Australia, receiving students. Okay, you finished? Yes? Culture of Australia. Okay, it reads, the country of Australia is located on the smallest of the world's 7 continents. So Australia is a continent of its own, okay? How many continents are there again? There are 7 continents, right? Australia is a continent of its own. Sometimes we say Australia, or we can say Oceania, right? Okay. Okay, it says Australia is also known for its beautiful desert landscapes, its deep and clear blue seas, and its unique wildlife. The capital of Australia is Canberra. No need for you to copy this one down, 8Cs, because we are moving with time. So next. All right. It says people from all over the world live in Australia, okay? People from all over the world. Papua New Guineans, yes, live in Australia. New Zealanders, British. Hands up if you have been to Australia. Anyone receiving students? Hands straight up if you've been to Australia. Okay, hands down. Good. So some of our friends have already been to Australia. Okay. Okay, everyone listen. It reads, many came from the British Empire, many people from, okay, sorry, many came from the British Empire. However, in the 19th and 20th centuries, settlers also came from other parts of Europe. Okay. A small percent of the population is made up of native Aboriginals. Aboriginals. The Aboriginals had lived on the continent for thousands of years before the Europeans came in about 1788. So you know what an Aborigine looks like? Aboriginal person looks like, okay. Those are native, what do we say, native Australians, right? They were the first people, okay, to live in Australia, all right, before the Europeans came. Okay, then it reads, historians estimate that when the Europeans arrived, there were at least 300,000 Aboriginals. However, the European settlement was violent and many Aboriginals were killed off. Okay, so when the Europeans came, all right, settled in Australia, they killed most of the Aboriginals, okay? Yeah. All right, let's move on. Okay, name the states in Australia and write the cities or their cities. Okay, receiving students. The states in Australia, I think there are, I don't know how many states are there, you know. Okay, the name of those states and their capital cities. Okay, quickly, receiving students. Excuse me. Just this. Okay, let's go through this exercise or this question. Name the states in Australia and write their cities, or what are their cities. Okay, one. Okay, Queensland is one. What is the city of Queensland? Brisbane. Okay, Brisbane. Okay, Queensland one. The other state? New South Wales. What's the city of New South Wales? Sydney. Okay, what's the next state? Victoria. What's the city of Victoria? Melbourne. Okay. Tasmania is another state. Hobart is the city. Southern Australia, South Australia. Adelaide is the city. Western Australia, Perth. And Northern Territory, Darwin. Okay, very good, HCs and receiving students. So those 7 states with their cities. All right, those worksheets that I have given you, HCs, receiving students. Yeah. Okay, those worksheets that I have given you, you can complete that for your homework, okay? You do that for your homework, but we'll go through the questions or the worksheet. It's not the first part, but the second part where it says, comparing climates. Comparing climates, okay, we have two climographs, okay? 2 climographs, one climograph for Adelaide in Australia and the other climograph for Athens. Athens is in Greece, the capital of Greece in Europe, okay? So we're comparing 2 cities in Australia and Europe. Okay, HCs, you with me? The worksheet, okay, receiving students. These 2 climographs here. Okay, it says the climographs for Athens, the capital of Greece, and for Adelaide in Australia are shown to the right. That's on your worksheet, HCs. Receiving students, it's up here. When reading a climograph, it says remember to read the temperature values on the line graph from the left scale. From the left scale, and the rainfall values on the bar graph from the right scale. So on the left scale is the what readings? Or the line graph, temperature readings. And on the right scale is the rainfall readings. Okay. On the bar graph. So we have, remember we have two sets of readings on one graph. Line graph and rainfall graph or bar graph. Okay, for the receiving students, I'll read out your questions. Can you just copy that one down quickly, or receiving teachers? A reads, what are the highest and lowest average daily temperatures for Athens? And when do they occur? Okay, again, I'll read that question. What are the highest and lowest average daily temperatures for Athens? And when do they occur? Okay, that's A. Okay, B, the next question, receiving students, B, what are the highest and lowest average daily temperatures for Adelaide? and when do they occur? Again, what are the highest and lowest average daily temperatures for Adelaide, and when do they occur? Okay, that's B. Second question. C. What are the highest and lowest average monthly rainfalls for Athens? When do they occur? Again, what are the highest and lowest average monthly rainfalls for Athens, and when do they occur? All right, that's C. D. What are the highest and lowest average monthly rainfalls for Adelaide, and when do they occur? What are the highest and lowest monthly rainfalls for Adelaide, and when do they occur? And the last question, what are the similarities and differences between the climate of Athens and Adelaide? Again, what are the similarities and differences between the climate of Athens and Adelaide? So those 4 questions, are the 2 questions, it's asking for the what? Those 2 questions. 8Cs? A and B, what is it asking for? Daily temperatures, right, for Athens and Adelaide. Okay, and then C and D, it's asking for monthly rainfalls for Athens and Adelaide. And the last question is the you just define the difference and the similarities between those 2 climates between the climate of Athens and Adelaide. Okay, so simple as that. That's for your homework, please, HCs and receiving students.
This is Australia, a heritage born near and far, connected through the land we know, a ceremony of our own, and the sun beating down, we're holding hands. It's in the past, it's in the land, and we walk sacred ground, 'cause it's only here the red is found. This is Australia, a proud man calls home. It's in our blood, it's in our soul. The wind whispers a secret song. This is Australia.
Receiving teachers, that brings us to the end of our lesson. Receiving teachers and students, thank you very much everyone for listening and participating. And receiving teachers, our key word for today is Australia. Thank you, 8Cs and receiving students.
You're welcome, Miss Yuma. And thank you for your lesson.
Okay, you're welcome.
Teachers, here is your reference for the next lesson. Your strand, substrand, outcome, the topic, materials, and your reference.